Yo, Paddy, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm in.
Alright, but give me a sec. Actually, fuck it. My bad. I was gonna put a shirt on, then I realized that the camera's off, so it doesn't matter.
It absolutely doesn't matter. In fact, it's preferred.
Back.
Shirtless with a no camera.
Yeah, you know
That's
I'm
how we
wrong.
OnlyFans.
Exactly. Matt right for this bitch.
All right.
Alright, fuck. Can you play the intro music?
Let me see. I believe I can, sir.
Alright. I just want something to switch over, get in the mood to start performing, because I'm gonna feel weird just...
That's why I make the music, man. That's 100%. You have to understand. When I hear that shit go, not even just our music, but any music I've made for any of my podcasts, that's exactly what it's for. It's like, it's a hype thing to set me off to get going. That's how I just fucking go random, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a nice starting off point instead of coming in here being like, hey, how's it going, Manny? Hey, it's going pretty good, Paddy. How are you? I'm fine. And then what? You know what I mean? Let's get this whatever this music is. I don't even know if it's going to work. Hold on. Sorry, I keep talking over you.
Nah, it's fine.
Can you come up anymore? You're kind of quiet, and I got all my shit loud as hell right now.
Oh, I am. Let me see. I probably can.
There you go.
As you can tell, I've been... Oh, I am?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Oh, okay. I didn't even do anything. I just got closer to the mic.
That's all you need. All right, hold on. Let's see.
Dev, we're in the middle of a recording session, so every fucking thing you say is going down on tape.
Oh, right. Like you guys ever care
Let's
about
get out here.
backcraft?
What up, pad men? We're hanging in the man pad with Manny Misfire and Paddy Up Creek. Where the fuck are you?
That's right. Welcome to the Man Pad, everybody. The most manly podcast. I got nothing.
Out of all of them. Who the fuck cares? Alright, so first thing I wanted to talk about, because it's a new year, new podcast. I've got some changes that I want to make, and we got to start out with some house cleaning. So, people have been complaining about not being able to find the podcast.
That's true.
Patreon.com/themanpad. All the episodes are free up there. I mean,
And
donate $1 if you want to talk.
Are we on YouTube or what?
We are on YouTube. There's links to the YouTube right there. It's on my YouTube channel.
There you go.
We're also on iTunes, Spotify,
You know what it
Google
is, Manny?
Podcasts.
It's not us. It's them. They want the easiest way to get to the thing. They don't want to have to put in any work to go support their favorite shit. You know what I mean? They need it handed to them. Put directly in their hand. You got to draw a map directly to it for them.
Yeah. Well,
Nobody's willing to do shit for themselves.
Patreon.
You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. Sorry to keep stepping on you, but these motherfuckers got to try harder to find it. Google it, man. Y'all Google everything else. How hard is it to type in the Man Pad with Manny and Paddy and possibly get a proper result? You're just being lazy.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm Tom Segura.
Exactly. No, they are. They suck. I mean, our SEO probably sucks, but I'm too busy to figure that out, so fuck them. Patreon.com/themanpad. It's all there. It's all free. And you'll find links to the other stuff. What can I say?
If you want to find it, you can. That's the problem. If you actually want to find it, you will.
Exactly. Just take 2 seconds out of your lazy existence.
Right. I mean, you got a search bar at the top of your goddamn phone. How hard is it to type in the Man Pad?
Exactly. You'll find it, okay? But speaking of the Patreon, we did get one Patreon since our last episode.
We're moving.
And I completely expected you to have an applause sound break there. And then I realized that your sound board's not working.
There you go.
It was like pause for applause.
Pause for applause. You already know how it is since you work the stage, my boy. You know what I'm talking about? You gotta wait for that applause break for a second. You can't just run through all the jokes like I do.
You need to give them time to let it soak in. But one Patreon has voted on the complaints from the last couple episodes.
Okay.
So, results, episode 1, you won with 100% of the vote for camo as fashion.
That was a pretty fun
Episode 2, with 100% of the vote, you won with bad tattoos.
Va-va-voom. You know what's funny, dude, is I was live the other day, and I don't know if you saw this, Manny, but somebody had the best fucking joke about my tattoos I've ever heard.
That it looks like a detention desk?
Yes. Oh, my God.
Dude.
Oh, my God.
That is a
so
fucking
perfect,
street
dude.
joke.
It was fantastic, though. I have never heard anyone say something that was probably exactly right. Like, I could take this ink off my arm, lay it on a desk, and it'd be the exact same shit. It almost fit, you know what I mean? Very funny.
Nah, I don't want to give that loser any props. It's not funny at all.
Fair enough.
I've seen.
Go ahead.
I've seen that joke about every mumble rapper's face imaginable.
I thought it was original to me. I even switched it and said that it looks like a goth kid's desk after detention. A little more specific.
See, that's specificity. That's how you clean it up. But yeah, that's one of those internet street jokes.
I mean, if you wouldn't have told me that, I would have thought it was very specific to my tattoos. Turns out people are just shitting on tattoos by saying that. Damn it.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, I mean, you have no idea how many open mics I'm at every week, and I hear mostly female comedians tell jokes that I saw on Facebook before the pandemic.
Man. I gotta start logging these Facebook jokes, man, so that I can have some fucking material. Want to go follow that? What was that guy's name? Fat Jewish?
Oh, yeah, I'm fat and I'm Jewish.
He was just stealing people's shit, apparently.
Yeah, exactly. That's all a lot of people do. Who gives a fuck? I mean, you can... And you can fucking... People laugh at the fucking Facebook jokes. That's what blows my mind.
Shane Gillis even says on one of his podcasts that he opened his special with a fucking describing a YouTube video. He talks about the kangaroo getting punched. Like that.
I saw the special. I listened to the podcast where he said that. And then a couple months later, I was trying some new stuff on stage. I was stoned, like too stoned to be on stage. And I realized I'm bombing and no one listened to me, so I start quoting they eat the poo-poo. What? Like ice cream. And it was funny to me, but...
I was gonna say it'd be funny if the crowd just immediately started connecting. They're like, oh, this guy's been on a computer in the last 8 years.
What the crowd, and by the crowd I mean one guy there, did was start making fun of my bad African accent. Like, aren't you African? Don't you? Shouldn't it be better?
I'm sure you've heard that one before.
Exactly.
Do you? Let me ask you though. Do you go on stage with prepped stuff for the crowd if they do get chatty?
No. Everyone asks me that. And it's weird because I've been heckled a few times.
Sure.
Usually, though, it's not even worth addressing. Like, if I finish what I was gonna say anyway, it's funnier than the audience interaction was.
Fair. That's confidence in your material.
And I'm not gonna like pander to the crowd or the crowd work shit or just like rely on the crowd to give me material as I'm joking.
That's why I ask too, because I have a feeling that a lot of comedians have that. Like that's their main thing. They're hoping the crowd is going to interact instead of actually going up there with material. Like, hey, if I only got to say 2 out of my 11 jokes and I can kill 10 minutes just yelling at this bald guy in the crowd, isn't that comedy? Won't that get me a special? Shut up. But I also bring it up because the second time I did stand up, this guy, obviously these guys are all shit-faced, you know, they're all drinking. And I bring up my becoming an MMA fighter joke, and the guy immediately just screams, "Jiu-jitsu!" I'm like, yeah, dude, jiu-jitsu. And then I just keep going with the thing. Like, what the fuck? What do you think you're helping? You think the other people around you don't have any idea what I'm talking about? I encompass the whole sport. And you're like, jiu-jitsu. Look at me in my hoodie, alone, drinking.
I know something.
But
I've heard Japanese words.
right, well, you know what's funny too is that same guy, when I got off the stage, was like, hey, you should come perform in Bloomington. We got this fucking club out there, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, this fucking guy's at every comedy just yelling jiu-jitsu as soon as MMA is mentioned. You look like you run cross country. Shut up. Sorry, go ahead.
Most jiu-jitsu nerds do. Hey, so I know that we've talked about changing up the format. I still wanted to give you the opportunity, though, in case you've thought about it. Any complaints for this week that you want to bring up?
Well, let's see. I've always got some, you know what I mean? It's kind of my shtick.
Yeah, but I know you've been using a lot of them on your live stream, so we don't have to get into it.
I know you might think that'd be where I'd go, but that's not this show. That's the whole point. You're gonna come here and hear some other stuff, man. I am actually gonna complain about something simple that we can all agree upon, and it's old people wearing camouflage. Just combine them. I'm just kidding. But let's see. I did come up with a couple that I didn't write down because I kind of burned through them this last time. But if I'm being honest, man, I don't really have anything outside of the stuff I've been bitching about on live.
Yeah, I was going to say, based on this week, I would have guessed that your complaints were going to be copyright law.
Yes,
and
for sure.
Jiu-jitsu nerds.
Yeah, should be. The lack of sports right now, the lack of MMA right now is fucking annoying. The UFC taking time off during the holidays is pretty goddamn annoying. The holidays themselves are annoying. People that are too into them is annoying. It's no different than an adult dressing up for Halloween. Chill the fuck out with your decorations. Motherfuckers still thinking Santa's about to show up. You're 38. Fucking lighting their house so they can see it from the sky. Stop it, dude. It's too much.
Nah.
But I get it, you know?
Yeah.
People have to have their thing.
Exactly. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's all ladies doing that, though. It has to be.
Yeah.
Fucking just get their husbands to pay for a bunch of decorations that no one needs.
I imagine it's the same type.
Put 'em up.
The same type of person that really cares about their lawn. You know what I mean? Like that guy all summer long, he's hedging the bushes. He's cutting the grass at a very specific angle. That's the same guy that puts up a bunch of Christmas lights. It's like, hey, look how much better I am than my neighbors. That's all it is.
Exactly. So, alright.
That's how we transition.
I know. Also, I wanted to bring this up because I know that you're like uncomfortable podcasting without the sound bed.
It's here. It's here right now, and I have it so low I don't think you can hear it.
That's accurate. I figured as a reward for making things easier for me, not having it blaring my ears out.
Absolutely.
I was going to tell you a little secret about myself.
Go for it.
Because
you literally have no headphones on right now, and you're just responding to things that you think I'm saying.
Close.
Nice.
It's that I've been holding back my laugh for the 2.5 episodes that we've done so far.
Yes, I've noticed.
Because my laugh, I know that you've noticed. I've been watching your live streams and you played. I've been listening to the episodes.
I'm fucking swinging over here, man. I get nothing from Manny. This dude, it doesn't matter though, Manny, because Sam does the same shit to me. My MMA guy.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll crack him up, dude, and he'll laugh his ass off on camera, make not a sound. I'm sitting here watching the dude fall out of his chair, making no sound. I'm like, fucking, you gotta laugh at the thing, dude. Otherwise, people don't think that I'm joking. Like, I made this joke about this guy who was on the Contender Series, and when he flew home, there was a bunch of people waiting for him, and he was a Mexican guy, and I was like, dude, that's just his family. And Sam's dying laughing, but makes no sound, so now I seem racist. Like, what the fuck?
Well, that's exactly how I am. But the reason why I've been holding back my laugh is I'm embarrassed about it. It makes me feel awkward, especially doing it into a microphone. Bro, there's some fucked up laughs out there, dude. Well,
and these
the thing about my laugh is...
But hold on. They get high-fived for their goofy-ass laugh. Fucking run it, dude. You know what I mean? Let them have it.
Well, my laugh isn't even goofy. The thing about it is that it sounds fake. So I don't want people to think that I'm fake laughing anytime I do. But I do have an extremely fake sounding laugh, and I've been holding it back, but I'm gonna stop, okay? So
All right, get
right
prepared,
now,
everybody.
I'm revealing it.
I love it. It's a perfect dynamic between the laughs. I have very much a giggle. Have you been self-conscious of this forever? Is this something that you thought about?
Yes.
I'm right there with you, buddy.
Yeah,
I honestly feel you. I thought I laughed like fucking Roseanne.
I
I think you might be going too deep. let it hang out in the back of the throat.
It's how I laugh, though. And then trying to talk while I laugh.
Oh yeah, the Burt Kreischer.
Yes. So that's why I've been holding it back.
Fair enough.
But if it makes you feel more comfortable, I'll let it out more.
Now it just seems like you're doing it too much. The too much just makes it seem unreal.
There's no middle ground with you.
The middle ground would be doing what you've already been doing.
Okay.
Basically sounding like you're not laughing or laughing at everything. It's two extremes.
They
Don't worry,
they
I've
call me
heard the
Manny
real laugh.
Mischief. They don't call me Manny Moderation.
I've definitely heard the real laugh. Because sometimes that shit's just gonna slip out. You can't help yourself. I mean, I made Mr. Kill Everything snort on Do You Party.
That's perfect.
Yeah, and I'll snort too when I laugh sometimes. Fucking, I just let it go, man. Fuck them. If it's funny, it's worth. You know.
I will if she gets wild. But yeah, I've been chastised for my fake laugh all of my life. So I usually just do nothing.
Yeah, but then you have to convince them that it is not a fake laugh. This is just a real thing. I learned how to laugh from some sort of stuffed teddy bear. Or maybe Transformers. I don't know what that is. Optimus Prime.
I think what it was Coming to America, James L. Jones.
Okay, I could see that. But I don't recall any.
He had a
moments of
weird
him
ass
laughing.
laugh.
I guess I didn't pay much attention.
It's because they seemed fake as fuck, is why.
It just sounds like a rich guy. You know? A wealthy guy with his pinky out drinking tea. And he's surrounded by a bunch of guys that have the same laugh. So they don't even question it. They're like, he actually thinks this is hilarious.
The Negroes in Brooklyn are complaining about not having any food.
Get the turkey truck. Is that even a thing?
Let them eat bagels.
Just regular bagels, not even the everything. Sorry. All right, so what next?
Yeah. Okay. Well, I've been thinking a lot about the format.
But go ahead.
All right. I've been thinking a lot about the format of the show. One thing I don't like is that we've been ending low energy. So
it does die off. I feel it too.
It does.
Because
But
I don't think we
I've been
have an
thinking
ending. Neither one of us are aware when the end is.
I'm going to propose a new ending.
All right.
We start freestyling.
Okay.
That'll be the final thing, because I know you're a musical guy. I can't freestyle for shit, but I'm willing to embarrass myself on the internet. So I literally went to YouTube, I said free Wu-Tang type beat, and I downloaded the first 3 videos that popped up, and I've got them on my soundboard here.
Well, at least one of us listens to Wu-Tang.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't anymore, but I used to in high school. But yeah, I thought that would be a nice high energy way to end even like
Sure.
regardless how it goes,
Yeah.
we can just be rhyming. People will like it, and then we can cut it off at some point mid-rhyme.
They will not
None
like
of
it. They
this
will
low
not
energy
like it.
fizzling out
They
shit.
will not like it. That is not. You can't say that.
When I say people, I mean myself.
Okay. All right. There will definitely be some
Fuck these others.
differences in our sound when we rap. I'll say that. Just because I clearly sound like a white guy when I rap. And I don't know what you'll sound like, but it's going to be way different than
I
me.
also don't know what I sound like when I
So
rap.
there we
I'm
go.
hoping
We're
the
learning.
comedy gods. I'm hoping the comedy gods take care of that for me.
We need
I'm
all
just
right,
praying.
now I'm already thinking about it. Go ahead. Just drop the beat.
Nah. That's for the end of the show. You gotta wait for
I
that.
got to warm up.
Exactly.
I'm just kidding. I don't need no warm up.
But speaking of format, one thing I did like from the last show was us trading bits back and forth. Because I don't really have anyone who I trust over here to bounce back and forth with.
Sure,
and
sure.
you seem to enjoy it too. I know you're a wealth of jokes, so that's
Well,
going to be our
realistically,
second to last.
Yeah, I wanted to bring that into this because, whenever you got $2 or $3, dude, you can have any of this shit. Any of these gold jokes I got, take them. $2-3. I'm kidding. You won't want my material.
And
It would be interesting to
finally.
see you do material about living in a trailer park, though. That'd be pretty funny.
Well, you should check our Patreon because since we didn't post an episode last week or whatever, I posted me doing improv for the first
Oh,
time.
wow. Like with a
And kind of. There's this group of comics, they call themselves Spin the Wheel, so they have us come on stage and spin a wheel, and depending what the wheel lands on is the improv game we've got to do.
Okay.
So I landed on something that was basically having the audience interview me.
Oh, shit.
And it was right when I moved to Philly and I'd spent all my money moving. I didn't have any furniture in the apartment yet. I still don't.
Nice.
And it was about how I'm living in basically squalor for 7 minutes.
Okay, so that could actually work.
Might as well have been a trailer
Might as
park.
well.
Yeah.
Might as fucking well. Meth head
Might as
around
fucking
the
well
corner
be.
for sure. Somebody sleeping in the hallway.
God.
It sounds painful. It almost makes you wonder, why would you enjoy funny things at all? It seems like if you know
Why?
you have a weird laugh, why would you want to laugh at all?
That's why I've been holding it back for so many episodes.
Well, yeah, but you also do comedy on stage. You write jokes purposefully that don't make you laugh or to avoid it.
Well, I know that they're coming, so if you already see the punchline coming, it's less likely to make yourself laugh. But
Okay, that's true, yeah.
that's what my writing process is. It's me laughing like a demon in my bedroom. And then once I can say it without laughing, then I know that the joke is refined.
Sure.
Oh. Okay, but since we're not doing complaints, I asked you to be ready to riff. I was thinking about what your strengths are, what my strengths are, what I wanted to learn about you and improve about myself. And I know you're a great roast comic,
Stop it.
even if you don't
Stop
see
it.
yourself as one. I do think that roasting is one of your skills. And I thought it would be
I'm
funny.
just mean, dude.
Well,
I don't like it.
I'm.
I think that to
I'm
me,
not-
that to me is a sign of only hating oneself. Like, because I hate myself so much, it makes me equally hate everyone else.
Well, I'm
Is it
I'm
funny?
not as
Fine,
mean.
but I try to be as gentle as possible instead of just being, hey, you should die in a fire. You know what I mean? Like, not really roasting, but also roasting.
Well, I did. I thought of what I wanted to do. I had off-read Artsman clips pull some clips of another podcast. It's called Totally Married. I figured we just listen to them and roast them. You know, a podcast that roasts other podcasts. Totally original idea.
All right.
And I don't know anything about this show, but I have it on good authority that it sucks. And I figured all I know is that this clip right here is their intro. So, you know, we were having problems with our intro. Hopefully Oxman edits them out or whatever.
Yeah, he's got to come in and do
but
maintenance.
but let's listen to how the people at Totally Married intro themselves. So are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Totally married.
I do.
I do.
I do.
I do.
Totally married.
The old ball and chain.
I do.
I do.
I'm tired. Maybe tomorrow.
Welcome to Totally Married. I'm Elizabeth.
What the fuck was that? Alright. I'm glad that's not our intro.
No, I know where she could get it, though. I know where she got it from.
Where?
You can just type it into Google. Search for text-to-speech. And there's like 16 options of different voices, different accents. A lot of YouTube channels use that shit, man. Type out their whole script.
Well, when it started,
Go ahead.
I was wondering, like, is that people speaking or is that an AI type voice just reading it? Because it sounded like it could be some real people. And then once the real person actually started talking, it was just such a surprise that it wasn't the fucking text-to-speech voice.
Yeah, I didn't even get the last part of the intro. It just said, I do a bunch, and then something else, and then something else, and then, welcome to Totally Married. What did it even say? What was the last two lines besides I do? I do, and then something.
We'd have to listen to it again in order for me to hear. I can remember.
Totally married.
I do.
Fuck it.
That might have been the end of it, though. That might have been actually what they said at the end. Fuck it.
Who cares? Who the fuck cares? All I know is I'm excited. I want to see what this podcast is about. So hopefully this next clip lets us know a little more about our hosts. I think Oxman told me what the host name were, but I didn't even
let's
write
learn
that
who they
down.
are.
Yeah, let's see.
To make a baby. To make a baby.
I still don't know anything new about these people except I hate them. I can't stand this woman's voice.
I don't get it.
Me either. Me either.
So they're totally married and make a baby.
They're making babies.
All right.
And, you know, they've got, like, is that a natural vocal fry or is that a vocal fry that you put on by, like...
You're right. There's some sort of robotness.
It sounds... It sounds like a combination of vocal fries. Robotness?
Yeah, is that a word? Is that a Sonic villain?
I was going to say it sounds like a Sonic villain.
All right, we're on the same page.
That's Dr. Robotnik's wife right there, the Robotness.
I just, it's really important that you have fun with the other person. I think that if I could, in my limited experience, give someone relationship advice or someone who's like, is this right? Do you have fun with them?
I got to make a point here because she says, in my limited advice, in my limited experience, if I could give some advice. I don't know people that are looking for people with limited experience in that field, right? You have limited experience, and you're going to try to tell me the next steps? Have a baby. I don't know.
Have a baby.
Weird.
Dude, I mean, she didn't say limited experience, though. She said limited advice. So that's like, you know, there's two secrets to success. Rule number 1, never tell everybody what you know. Rule number 2, let's hear the third clip.
I will say this, because this is the only similar situation I have, and this is where this podcast might go awry, because we really are giving advice where we're totally unqualified, but
I wonder what this lady is qualified for.
I got so many questions.
What are they?
It's just so vague at this point.
Yeah, I have no idea what these clips even are. Archman really should have
Here's what I
done
think
a better
too about
job.
I'm more curious of the production here. Like, what is she sitting on a fucking love seat in, yoga pants and a fucking big oversized sweater with a short bob haircut? That's what it sounds like to me. That's the type of person I'm picturing that's trying to give you advice this way. Right? She's got her makeup done, the lighting's just right, fucking $400 microphone. I got advice to give you because I've been married for 4.5 months. I've had 2 boyfriends before that and 600 partners.
Dude, I heard Totally Married as the name of the podcast. I thought it would be a married couple. It seems like it's just... We've done 3 clips or 4 clips so far. I haven't heard a male voice except for the AI intro.
Right.
What the fuck's going on? And it might be 2 ladies talking back and forth that sound exactly alike. Because she's obviously talking to someone, but I don't hear any fucking... I can't tell them apart if it is 2 ladies. It might be Archman just clipped all the one lady going back and forth.
Only her speaking.
Yeah, I have... What in the world? See, you've got questions about this podcast. I've got questions about Archman and what inspired him to pull these clips.
I can see that.
Those are the questions that I have.
Yeah, he said some pretty oddball stuff.
Yeah, he did. I mean, he's a nice guy. He's working overtime though,
Absolutely. Killing it.
All love jobs, exactly. Man. We gotta love him. Let's see what else this.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Let's see what else this Totally Married bitch has to say. Unless you already have more speculations.
I want to know.
Dear Elizabeth and Andy, I've been married for 27 years.
Okay, I'm out.
Okay. Wait, so I have no idea how long
I'm out.
Elizabeth and Andy have been married.
I'm out. You're already getting fans to send in fucking questions? I'm out. Goodbye. Who the fuck are you? Who are you first? Who are you first where that's a thing? That to me seems like a unbelievable place to get where people are so desperate for advice they're going to contact a stranger who actually says that they don't have proper advice to give. It's just an odd thing. What are you looking for? Attention? And there you go. You find out that there's a husband, Ethan. Dear Ethan and what was it? Ethan and Elizabeth or something? Ian and Elizabeth?
Yeah.
Of course she uses her full name too. She doesn't go by Liza or anything or Beth. I'm Elizabeth. Of course you're a bitch.
Well, what I want to know is, whoever's asking for advice said they've been married for 27 years. Ugh. I'm guessing that's longer than Elizabeth and Andy have been married. Like, she should be giving them advice.
So it sounds fake. It wouldn't be hard to make that up. You and I could come on this podcast and be like, hey, we got a letter from John. And just, you know what I'm saying? Just read some shit that you and I wrote.
I've been doing comedy for 30 years. How do I get it successful as
How do
you
I start a podcast with a fucking wine bottle and 2 oranges on the fucking cover? What do you mean? It's not rocket science.
Exactly. And on top of that, it's just...
But again, you call your show Totally Married, and you already have people writing in. How long has the show been going on? How desperate are these people for advice or to get a little bit of attention?
So the one thing I do know about the show is it's already been canceled. I think they might have changed it to a different type of
totally
show.
Divorced?
Yeah, I don't know when this episode was or where the clips came from. I just had a friend. I told my friend, like, oh yeah, I'm thinking of doing a show where we roast other podcasts, and they recommended this podcast as the one to start with. Yes.
Wonderful. It's like, I got some gold for you, dude. This podcast has been dead for 5 years. Turns out they killed each other. Murder-suicide or something.
The one guy murdered the Elizabeth or whatever her name is, and has been cutting scraps off her back.
Now he's got a true crime podcast.
Yeah. Now he's
Dear Elizabeth and Andy,
That's the same clip. What?
the guy who wrote in is upset because his boyfriend, although it sounds like they've been dating for a long time and they maybe will get married, hasn't come out to his family.
Oh, okay.
This is intense, and I mean, I don't even know if I can speak to this because
Yeah. I heard a man's voice.
I can totally empathize that would be shitty.
Well, thank God you can empathize. That's cool.
Did you hear the way she didn't even say empathize? She said empathize.
Right.
Empathize.
I can emphasize with this guy for sure.
Yeah.
With these
the
with
fuck?
this homosexual couple, I can emphasize for sure.
Yeah, you know I have a gay husband who hasn't come out yet either.
What do you mean? So Thanksgiving and Christmas is awesome? He doesn't have to cook?
So I guess what this podcast is they just fucking get their listeners to ask for advice and base the whole show around that. Honestly,
Why didn't she just read it? She goes, "Dear Elizabeth," and whoever the guy is, like she's about to read the thing, and then she just skims over it. So this guy, read the letter, bitch.
yeah.
If that's the point, read the whole thing.
Might as
He
well
didn't-
make it a
Right, he didn't write the whole thing for you to skim over it.
might as well make it a reading podcast.
At least give us all the information.
Yeah. Okay. I think Iceman said those were all the clips from that episode, and the rest were the teasers for the next episode. So we can hear what they planned on talking about after giving gay guys advice, which I don't know how they know. I mean, their whole audience is probably gay guys, just guessing. But let's see what we can look forward to in the next episode, if they even made it to that.
Actually, most of my friends are from like the last couple of years.
Let's literally write this down because this is a whole other episode. This is
Friends.
you and me and friends,
Yeah.
adulthood friends. Oh man, we'll get into it.
Okay, so next episode is adulthood friends. and
Adulthood friends.
What was the thing? Oh,
And high school
21, that age.
Huh. So, okay. So he said it was the teaser. It was just... It was them planning the next episode on there. It wasn't even
And
a
you know that
tease
we don't
for an
believe in this
episode.
whatsoever. Planning? Fuck
Exactly.
out of here.
Yeah.
I gotta write it down, Manny,
I
for
mean,
next week.
Also, friends, who's the newest friend that you've made?
That you have to talk about on a podcast?
Yeah, if you were to talk about one of your friends on a podcast, or have them on a podcast.
Or if that's something that you find interesting. You
yeah,
know?
exactly.
It's like, oh, this is my friend Joe. We met at the Walmart. What do you do, Joe? It's weird having you inside my place of living for the first time ever, and you brought a grocery bag with, what is that? Mad Dog 2020? Great. So, Joe, your story, it sounds interesting because I'm making it up on the point, in the moment, but it's still like,
Yeah,
what do you really bring into the table? We're good.
I can assure you, your imagination is way more interesting than these people's
I honestly
whole
kind of want
lives
to meet
could
Joe
ever
now.
be.
I honestly want to know who Joe is. I put a lot of quirks that some of my friends actually had, like carrying a fucking grocery bag of shit. Never understood it.
That's the most inefficient bag that you could carry shit in.
And it was always booze.
Get a damn backpack.
I think it was always like Jim Beam. I'm like, oh, his idea is, well, the paper bag is too obvious. Paper bag's
Who
too
the
obvious.
fuck cares?
I know, he's a fucking fool, man. He was insane. Great drummer, but a goddamn idiot.
What? Most of them are. All right.
You're
And
not lying.
let's see. This is the final clip of the Totally Married.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else you want to talk to me about?
Huh. Okay. So, no idea what that was, but at least we know the guy has a voice in there.
hope you caught that. Are you there?
Yeah.
Sorry.
What happened?
My one of my sons just got back. Hanging out with Grandpa.
Okay. Cool.
Probably have to cut that out. Oxmad, do
yeah,
your
that's
job.
fine. I mean, exactly. I heard
That
you say
fucking
once
buzzer's
that,
so
I've just
loud
been-
too. So when the buzzer goes off, I'm like, Jesus Christ! I have headphones on and everything. I'm like, God, if I heard it, there's no way it didn't get picked up. But I'm ready. I'm ready.
I did not hear it. Okay, that's enough of that podcast. Totally
sure.
married. Totally sucks. Who gives a fuck? You got any bits that you want to work out this week?
You know what? Let me look here. I got a nice little
Okay.
pad right here. Pull this off. This is not the same notepad that I had used before. This is when I was basically just writing a set about being, a poor white.
Let it rip.
Let's see. I just wrote this. I have a lot more to it, but I think you could relate. Are homeless people more jarring in a smaller city, or is it just me? So, like, because I'm in a smaller city, anytime I see somebody on the side of the street begging for anything, it's more jarring because it's so far and few in between. I actually put it this way: if there is a homeless guy, everybody knows who he is. Because you'll see him at the Walmart. You'll see him at the Chick-fil-A. He's looking for change outside the drive-thru window. But what do you think? I'm actually asking. Is it more jarring? Do you see, because you can run into homeless more often, is it less off-putting? Because I see guys standing in the street fucking missing an arm talking about, I need food for my kids as I drive by.
Well, like you were saying about how since you live in a small town, everyone knows who they are. It's less jarring because you're already familiar with them. You know to expect them. You know where they hang out.
Yeah.
'Cause that's how it was when I lived in the Delaware college town. We had like 6 homeless guys. They all hung out on the same street. We knew them. Like, I had a friend who was homeless for some period of time, so he was on a first name basis with all of them. And he could tell, like, some were crazy, most were chill. It would be jarring if there was a new homeless person all of a sudden.
How would you be able to tell?
With
Just
the homeless
because you've seen them? Or would it be like, this
Yeah.
guy, he's still got, his clothes are clean still.
Exactly. It's like, oh, snap. And it's like, we just went from 6 to 7. That's a new name I gotta learn. But I do remember we had this one guy, and what his deal was, the street that all the homeless people hung out on was also the same street that all the bars were at. So this guy would come and he'd stop you and tell you this story about how he just got in a fight with his
I love
brother
that.
at the local.
The guy who had the bit. You know what I mean? And he would hit everybody that walked by him. He'd be like, hey, man, my car is down the street. I fucking need $5 for gas. Me and my girl are trying to get to Chicago. She's pregnant. Her mom, blah, blah, blah. And I would just go, nah, and just keep walking. He's yelling this at you as you're walking. And by the time he got done saying his thing, I could just go, nah, and get back in the car. See ya, friend. Heard this before. The last guy who was out here was asking for 50 cents. You need $5? Fuck you.
One time I was just walking and I see this dude talking to a couple, and they're obviously super uncomfortable trying to get out of it, and he's just being aggressive, telling his story. I walk up, interrupt him, and I'm like, all right, let me guess. He was at this bar. He got in a fight with this person. He needs to catch this bus to go to this place.
Bro, the details.
And he's asking you for $2.75.
I actually remember right now, this guy was standing outside of a Walgreens. I hit him with the nah, because he didn't say anything when I walked in. He waited till I walked out, tried to hit me with this story. I just kept walking, nah, got in the car, left. But as I'm leaving, he's got somebody standing there with him. He got somebody hooked.
Yeah.
Got his $5. I don't even.
It's like sales. It's like you ever been in a mall and there's the fucking walking pop-up ads who are like, hey, stop, buy this hand lotion, whatever.
Yeah. Or the walking old people. That's off-putting.
Exactly.
You afraid of the sun?
Yeah.
All right, so I got a couple. I'm gonna throw these at you, but they are specifically Chinese or Asian jokes. So we're gonna get edgy here for a quick second, because these are very fun.
You know what's funny?
Go ahead.
when I was trying to plan out how this episode might go, I was like, I need to come clean about the fake laugh thing.
Sure.
And I was like, okay, if it'd be weird to do that and have Paddy ask, okay, what does your real laugh sound like? And I'm not in the mood to laugh. So it's like, in that case, I gotta ask him to tell me an Asian joke.
And here we are. We finally
somehow
All right, so
somehow every white guy has a list of Asian jokes that always make me laugh.
It's not even that. It was just, it's too easy. That's why. Okay, so the first thing I have here, I don't know how good of a joke it is per se, but I think it's a great business idea. I said, I think, because I cut my own hair, I could go to China and immediately be the best barber they've ever seen. Because all their hair is the same.
Yeah, because you know more than one style.
Right, let's go. Another one. I bet 99% of relationships in China are personality-based. Because they look alike. I would actually say that on stage, too, because I don't give a shit. I will explain it to you,
Explain the joke
Grandma.
after you tell it.
Do what?
Sometimes you gotta do that.
Yeah, I gotta explain it. The jiu-jitsu guy won't stop following me around. It's a callback, folks. All right, I got more.
High level comedy
That's you,
right
buddy.
here. All right.
These next ones will not be Chinese jokes.
Okay.
And what if I just spoke? What if I spoke fluent Mandarin? Just Wang Dai Hua Dai. Just you're like, I thought you were writing jokes about them, not doing them in Mandarin. All right. SNL funny over here, guys. Actually, truth be told, this is an entire podcast based on physical bits, but we don't do video. All right, enough of that. Do fat guys wear more layers or skinny guys? And which is more embarrassing? I guess I could ask, is it more entertaining to be a fat guy sweating in air conditioning or a skinny guy that gets cold from the AC?
I like it as a philosophical question.
Bro, you're not wearing 8 sweaters, okay, when it's 45 degrees out. But a skinny dude, he's wearing that in 70-degree weather, 100%. He's got a hoodie on, a jacket, 2 shirts. Fucking, it's incredible. And the only reason they do it is so they don't look so thin. Hey, turns out the Juggalos are just a bunch of clowns. All right. Is anyone else more disappointed that they didn't sing in The Sopranos one time? A scrapbook is nothing like a scrap yard.
Well, I mean, they are both filled with scraps.
Shut up. I once witnessed my grandma fall, and the funniest part was the size of the cliff. I love singing in the shower. Wait, I mean I love Simpson-colored golden showers. Sorry. Can you guarantee that you're going to hell if you kick a guy in the nuts at Sunday school? Just questions, no punchlines. Wait, isn't it weird that some of our biggest enemies like Al-Qaeda dress like our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ? All right, let's do this gay rap thing.
I'm just imagining Jesus with surrounded by bitches in burqas.
Of course. Why else would you know?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, fucking joke I had that I'm not sure if it's funny. I haven't told it on stage yet. But as a comedian and a new father, I'm trying to curse a lot less. So every time I'm tempted to call my baby mama the C word followed by the B word, I just call her a silly Billy instead. It really puts her in a silly mood.
I'm with you.
I think that chuckle is about as much as that deserves, but
it's good. But I also sit here and be like, smash her. It's got to be smash it. I want it to be devastating. You know, the C and the B, and then silly Billy. I could see how it would work very well. But I'm thinking more like, when I call her a cunt bitch, you say that you're trying to cuss less? When I call her a cunt bitch, though, instead I say silly Billy. But already saying the C and the B, I don't know. I was out.
I have an older joke that I used to tell sometimes about how, like, when my kid was born, his mother only had one request, and that's that I don't refer to her as my baby mama. She said, if anything, refer to me as the mother of my child. And I'm like, that's fair. but I don't think she knows how many times I refer to her as a fat cunt on a daily basis.
Hey, keep that one hidden.
Yeah, but I feel bad telling that one sometimes, and then also I'm afraid that it might get back to her.
Right. Circle it back around, and then she knows.
Yeah, which would make my life miserable, which it already is. So, alright, you ready to do this gay rap thing?
Let's go.
Alright, this has been the Man Pad. We're about to spit some bars, and let's see what this beat is about. Yeah, we in the Man Pad. Talk about my fam. You can get your granny slapped. I carry this shit like a fanny pack. Remember that. They call Manny the Bat. Cause I got holes on my sack. So you better bring it back. Paddy's supposed to set it off. But it's okay, cause I let it off. Hope you ready for the thunder. No, can you turn yourself up? Cause
What happened?
I couldn't hear you over the music.
I couldn't hear the music.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, not even a little.
Alright. Well,
You can't hear this?
fuck this shit. No, I can't hear that. Did we just have two competing music bands playing?
No, mine was off. I just turned it up.
Oh. I hear like bits and pieces of it. I think whatever.
It's this app thing that we're using. There's some sort of setting that we have to change.
Yeah, it's filtering out fucking music. It's only for voices.
It makes it sound like it's underwater, doesn't it?
Yeah.
There's some you can go to the settings and fix it somehow, but I have not used this thing. I did it on Zoom, and not because I knew. Somebody told me how. I haven't done it on my YouTube stream because no fucking idea.
Well, if anyone wants to give us advice, the app we're using right now is Squadcast, and I'm too lazy to figure it out. What the fuck? All right. I'm Manny Muskets. That's Paddy Broken Skull. You've been listening to the Man Pad, and fuck out of here. Peace out, guys.